YouTube is a really weird place if you think about it. And I consider myself a connoisseur of the internet from back in the day, like the early 2000s era at least. And I remember back when YouTube was still young and you could see whatever you wanted on there. Like you could see unedited music videos that didn't get copyright struck. You could watch cheap animations done in Photoshop. You could watch cartel beheadings if you wanted to. All the good stuff, all right? Really brings back the nostalgia watching horrible violence and the worst of humanity just right there, really put the old PTSD in my 10-year-old brain back then. But nowadays, you don't do that. You can't just watch that nowadays. No. You Nowadays, you're not even fucking allowed to fucking swear on fucking YouTube any fucking more because you get in trouble for that. So, and it's just eventually like I had a channel before this, and it was kind of an attempt at an animation channel. It wasn't really animated because I know how to make the animations, but I don't know how to transfer the file properly into the editing software. That's always my big problem with computers is transferring files. I can achieve literally anything in life. I could become the president, but I'll never be able to transfer a file properly. I can't. Well, how do you get a PDF into a JPEG or some shit? I don't know. That not the point. Anyway, so I had this other channel and I tried to, get it popular. I tried to work with the system and all that. And it just wasn't gonna happen realistically because most of the stuff I made was kind of shit there. And eventually, after like a couple of months of not doing anything, I'm like, well, maybe I'll take a second crack at it. And then I decided to just start doing this, just record myself talking about whatever asinine thoughts cross through my brain. And at this point, I kind of just don't give a shit, really. So realistically, I'm not going to make a career on here like all the big names. But there's people out there who make millions of dollars off of this stuff and they get all their corporate sponsorships and all that. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but basically the companies are taking over. That's kind of the point here. I know I'm really making a cohesive point here. I'm really just going with making a proper flow here, making this thesis statement right here. But basically, you go onto YouTube now and they're like you get ads for literally everything. You get an ad at the beginning, you get an ad in the middle, you get an ad at the end. You close YouTube and you get an ad probably. You try to get off the internet and go make a sandwich, you get an ad when you open the fridge. Okay, you take out the bread, you get an ad before you're allowed to use your silverware. You try to go outside, you get an ad before you're allowed to go through the door. You try to leave town, you go off into the wilderness, you try to go off grid, you better believe that Starlink is sending an ad right down there into the middle of the headless valley in Canada, and you're gonna be watching that 30-second unskippable ad coming out of a tree. All right, it's everywhere, and it's like the YouTube itself is changing too because like nowadays, as soon as I open YouTube, it just like immediately goes to the shorts. I don't wanna watch shorts. I don't wanna watch YouTube shorts. They're trying to be more like TikTok, I guess, because that's what you do. That's what you wanna do. You wanna be more like TikTok, alright? You wanna be sending the information straight to China like TikTok, alright? You wanna be getting banned in the US just like TikTok, alright? So, I don't watch TikTok either, by the way, alright? I can't afford to be burning any more brain cells. I only got 2 or 3 left at this point. But anyway, and all the ads too, for some reason, they're the weirdest things ever. Like, for a while there, I don't think it still is, but for a while there, you could be going onto like children's videos and getting ads for hardcore porn on that. Like, you're just encouraging the weirdos at that point. And again, you get the ads and they're trying to push YouTube Premium. So you try to get an ad blocker, and then YouTube, they like 360 no scope that shit right off your phone if you try to get an ad blocker. Yeah, I end up going through like 8 of those different ones, and they work for a couple of months, and then YouTube, they'll just show up and they're just like, nope, nope. See, you need to see these ads. We got all these good ads over here, all right? People put time and effort into these ads over here, all right? It's going to be like in Futurama pretty soon. They're going to be putting that shit straight into your brains, putting it into your dreams. I'm already having nightmares. I have a nightmare. I'll have a nightmare. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. You look under your bed to see if a monster's there. You go back into bed, and when you turn to the side, instead of a monster being there, it's a 45-second unskippable ad for Raid Shadow Legends. All right, and it's just I and it's everywhere now. I can't even watch TV anymore because all the shows are terrible, but also I'm not paying for literally all these streaming services just to watch like 50% ads again. I would call this video the ad rant. That's what I'm going to call it. There's probably going to be an ad before this video, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to just start making ads and it's just going to be me. And the whole ad is will be like 10 hours straight of just me staring at the screen like, and people would watch that too. I bet there will be somebody who would watch all 10 hours of that. I wouldn't get a penny from that, but there will be somebody. Well, maybe I won't do that. I think I just burned my eyes looking in the camera. Okay. Uh, Basically, the moral of this story is that I ran out of things to talk about, but I wanted to make a video, so that's just what I'm doing. All right. So still don't have an outro.